And we are rolling. What's up? So yes, it's a different setting, different room. And guess what? No more office chair. Well, not no more because I am on vacation. But don't worry, I still brought my friends. But the bad news is, the little white plastic thing that kind of helps them stand? Yeah, I lost that, so now I'm just going to hold them like this. Yeah. I will return back to my old setting eventually. But for now, I think that I still want to give you my perspective on the NBA, just so you can know things about me. And let's go back in history this time. My top 15 greatest players of all time. So, and I know it's not a round number again, it's kind of random, but yeah, let's just continue, yeah. So, at number 15, the first three right off the bat, I think we have to have a conversation about. So at number 15, I have Jerry West. At number 14, I have Oscar Robertson. And at number 13, I have Stephen Curry. Now, I have stats here, and I'm also going to look at accolades, specifically like all-star appearances, championships, all-NBA, and MVPs. So, I have all these right here. Of course, I have my notes, but they're down this time, so if I look down, that's why. You might see the reflection in my glasses. And, yeah, so these three, I put Curry above them. But I'll just read the stats and accolades for you guys. So for points, Jerry West. Oh, I don't have the specific numbers because why would I have the specific numbers? So for points, Jerry West leads. Then it's Oscar Robertson. Then it's Curry. For rebounds, it's Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, then Curry. For assists, it's Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, then Curry. Again, and then for PER, it's Curry, then Oscar Robertson, then Jerry West. Now for accolades, for all-star appearances, Jerry West leads, then Oscar Robertson, then Curry. For championship, Curry leads, and Oscar Robertson and Jerry West are tied. For MVPs, Curry leads, and then Oscar Robertson, then Jerry West. And then for all-NBA, it's Jerry West, then the Big O, then Curry. Now you could look at these and kind of just be like, oh, like you could kind of look at the scroll because I did go back because I kind of did go over these fast. But I think Curry is kind of the worst out of these from a statistical standpoint. He was last in almost every statistical standpoint. But I think what really helps him are the accolades, and he leads in some of the biggest accolades that I consider, such as championships, because I care about championships a lot because you play the game to win. And MVPs. So I think that that's why he is above them. And plus, I think that I consider him the second greatest point guard of all time. I think you guys could probably say who I think is first, but I consider him the second greatest point guard of all time, and the other two players are point guards, so I have to put him above them both. And I also think, let's think about this from not a number standpoint. I think that Curry revolutionized the game one of the most that some players have done. I don't know how to word that, but yeah. And obviously now you see most teams run their offenses around that little line that is around the court. That 3-point line, obviously, that being. And I think that is why he revolutionized the game. And so I think that's why I put him above these two. Now I put Oscar Robertson above Jerry West because Oscar Robertson, I think he also revolutionized the game. And I think that he kind of gave a blueprint to what a point guard's supposed to do, which is almost everything. Rebound the ball sometimes, and obviously facilitate, and then score. And I think that's also part of the reason why he's on above Jerry West, because he could do almost everything. And then Jerry West, I think he was last out of these, obviously making the list because he still is a hell of a player. But I think that he was like lower than these two players because I think that 1-8 finals record did hurt him a lot. And yeah, I think that's why. Now let's move on to like the next three, which I don't think are that controversial. At number 12, I have Hakeem Olajuwon, obviously winning 2 championships when MJ was playing baseball. Nonetheless, still an amazing career for Hakeem and being one of the greatest big men of all time. Now, KD, one of the greatest scorers we've ever seen, or the greatest scorer we've ever seen. I think he's the greatest talent that we've ever seen, and I think obviously winning 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs in both of those championships really helped. And I think next is, at number 10, I have Tim Duncan. I think Tim Duncan, obviously being the focal point of that Spurs dynasty, winning 5 championships. And I think he was a big part. Oh yeah, by the way, this thing stinks. I don't know, I just wanted to mention that. But yeah, that's probably why. That's why I put him high on this list. He didn't have the greatest stats, but I think he was just a winner. And these next 3 I think are pretty controversial, so I'm going to talk about them too. At number 9, I have Larry Bird. At number 8, I have Shaquille O'Neal. And at number 7, I have Bill Russell. Now, I have stats again for these guys, so I'll just read them off. For points, Bird leads, then Shaq, then Bill Russell. For rebounds, Russell, then Shaq, then Bird. For assists, Bird, Russell, then Shaq. For PER, Shaq, Bird, then Russell. And then we move on to the accolades, all-star appearances. We have Shaq and Bird and Russell are tied. For championships, obviously Russell, and then Shaq, and then Bird. And then for MVP appearances, we have Russell, Bird, then Shaq. And then for all NBAs, we have Shaq, Russell, and Bird. Now, I think a big part of this is, I think Bird was the greatest winner of all time, and that's a big part. You play the game to win. You play the game to win. That's the point of playing the game. Like, do I need to explain this? And then, obviously, he didn't put up the greatest stats other than, obviously, his rebounding, but I think that's a big part, was that he was the best out of a thing that is the kind of main point of basketball, I guess. And so I think that's why I put him at number 7. Even though out of all these guys, he did have the most MVPs too, but I think he didn't do that good from a statistical standpoint other than his rebounding. Now I have Shaq above Bird because I think they are kind of equal in terms of statistics, but what really kind of separates them is the accolades. Shaq has 1 more finals and then 1 more Shaq has 1 more finals and more all-star appearances and more all-NBA appearances. Bird does have more MVPs, but I just think that's what kind of separates it. And Shaq was just such a dominant force, like probably one of the most dominant players we've ever seen. Now, okay. Magic kind of, went on. He was tired of me holding him. I'll just put him down. Yeah, I'll put them both down. Yeah, they're tired. All right. So, anyways, moving on. Number 6, I have Wilt Chamberlain, and number 5, I have Magic Johnson. I don't think that's that controversial for Wilt Chamberlain. I think some people maybe it's controversial, but I think Wilt Chamberlain kind of I think he just did things that we've never seen. And Magic Johnson, I consider one of the greatest point guard of all time. And then at number 4, I have Kobe Bryant. And I think that kind of is controversial. Some people have him lower. I just don't see that. And at number 3, I have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I think Kareem is better than Kobe. I think Kareem is just better from a statistical standpoint. And he's just the ultimate professional, I think. He played the game. He just played. He played. He didn't, talk to the media that much. I just think and obviously the stats and the accolades speak for itself, being the greatest, having the most all-time points total in NBA history. And Kobe, I think he's really high on this list because of his mentality, I think. Obviously he has the accolades to back it up, but I think something more I look at more than basketball, than numbers-wise, is their mentality. How do you approach the game? And Kobe, I think, had probably one of the best ways that he did it. Now, these last 2, the ones you've been waiting for, who is my GOAT? All right, and so at obviously we're going to talk about this. I have the stats right here. At number 2, let's do number 1 first. At number 1, I have MJ. I think most people have MJ. Some people, obviously LeBron, people like LeBron have LeBron. And I just have the stats right here. They're literally equal, almost equal. When we look at points, MJ has more not career. I'm looking at averages, okay, for the stats. For points, it's MJ. Rebounds, it's LeBron. Assists, it's LeBron. And PER, it's MJ. All-Star appearances, it's LeBron. Championships, it's MJ. MVPs, it's MJ. And All-NBA is LeBron. So if you look, MJ leads in 2 statistical categories. LeBron leads in 2. And then for accolades, LeBron leads in 2. And MJ leads in 2. They are as equal as it gets in terms of numbers. Now, I think what really separates us is, again, that mentality. I think MJ had the greatest mentality of all time. I think the reason Kobe got his mentality was because of MJ. I have just never seen in another sport, in another person, that mentality, that killer mentality, except for probably Muhammad Ali. And just to show you how great MJ was, that's the only player I could compare him to in terms of his mentality. When if you striked MJ in a wrong way, he was coming for you, and he proved it. If you doubted him, he was proving you wrong. If you wanted something, he was getting it. He got it. He wasn't getting it. He got it already as soon as you didn't believe in him. That's just something I look at and I admire, actually. So that is why I have him above LeBron. Now, in terms of a basketball standpoint, I think putting the ball in the basket is very important. And I think MJ did that. Obviously, he had the most career average points in NBA history. And also, MJ, another thing I want to talk about, like, he was LeBron. I don't want to say he does it. Obviously, he has obviously he's great at the game. But like MJ, I'll give you an example. Play-in tournament, LeBron got poked in the eye. Everybody talks about, oh, he made that 3 with getting his eye poked. How long was he on the ground for? Even when he made the shot, he still trying to tell people he was bothered with his eye. I just don't like. I don't like that. I don't know. MJ literally had the flu, came into the game, dropped like 38, I think, in a finals game, not a play-in game. I think that's just something like that I also look at. But in terms of stats, if you want to look at numbers, they're pretty much even. LeBron obviously played more years. You could look at that too. But I just want to look at it from beyond basketball, I think. So, yeah, I think that we're done. Yep. Say bye to, well, Magic and Bird. Yep. I don't know if I'll do another video on vacation. I probably will. But yeah, man, we're done. Top 15. I think this video, I don't know if this video was shorter or not. I think it probably was because it was only 15. Let me know how good it was. Again, I'll tell you, like, subscribe, do all those fun things. Comment what you think I should have fixed, why you think I should have fixed some things. And yeah, I think we're done. We are out.